It's weird. I've noticed that my hands are shaking. Never had that happen before. In space, it only takes one thing really going wrong to kill everybody on board. When they're recruiting you, they never tell you that things are going wrong all the time, every day. Whatever job you're on board, it's, well, people's lives depend on it. And it's a lot of pressure. I don't get me wrong. I know that I'm not the only one here dealing with stress. If colonial security doesn't catch somebody trying to open up an airlock, or a fabricator builds a bad part, or navigators mix up two numbers, I mean, a lot of people can die. Lots of people. I'm not saying I'm special, but it's just, it's a lot. We're all feeling it. I thought that kind of responsibility would make me have some sort of sense of purpose, I guess. I don't know. Instead, I'm just sitting here after work, completely exhausted. And now my hands are shaking. I don't know how much information they give you about us before you watch these videos, if anybody is watching these videos. Anyways, I'm Nova Riley, colonist 1014. I'm a hydroponics engineer on board the Huangdi, one of the 5 colonist ships headed to Jiji. I work for the Ministry of Agriculture, which is one of the biggest ministries. I think about 1/10 of the ship works for ag. We're basically responsible for growing enough food for everybody on board for the next few years. I'm in the hydroponics department, obviously, which grows fruits and vegetables, herbs, you know, to keep it interesting. Specifically, I'm on the potato team. Our potato plants, they're not doing so great. They're wilting, and some have already died. We don't know why. I mean, we're doing everything right as far as I can tell, but we can't release the potatoes to the food team until they know they're not poisonous or something. Which means we have no potatoes. And so my team figures this out. I mean, that might not sound like a big deal to you, but potatoes are a staple crop. Something like 4% of all calories on the ship are eaten and come from potatoes. Our meals are kept pretty tight as it is, and so a 4% calorie deficit means you're 4% more hungry. And if we lose another crop or two at the same time, suddenly we've got 1,000 people just not getting the nutrition they need. And there's no one to come rescue us out here if something goes wrong. So we either grow the food that we need or we starve. Those are the only 2 options. I really need a break. I'm not sleeping, and it's affecting my job, which makes me feel even worse. And I'm not good at relaxing, honestly. I tend to stay up all night obsessing and trying to find a solution, but I can't keep this up. I think I'm gonna go for a jog around the ship. I'm gonna come back. I'm going to throw on a movie from the archive, a comedy, and put on some music. Yeah, try to fall asleep. Actually, I probably won't do half of those things. I'll start, and then I'll go back to laying in bed, hoping I don't kill a bunch of people with how bad I am at my job. Well, if you want to know what life in space is like, this is it.